Don't try this at home.
No, we're not professionals.
Not by any means, but hopefully you can learn from our mistakes. Hey guys, and welcome back to House Renovations, Chapter 6. Now, let me quit yapping at you and send you over to the Kitten Coalition with Missy, Scarlet, Little Miss Ghost, and the old man with a plan, Grandpa Luna.
Episode 2.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to House Renovations, Chapter 6, Episode 2. Now, today's going to be a somewhat weird project, but it's something that desperately needs to be done. The old man broke the chainsaw, and thank God it's under warranty.
I didn't break it.
Thank God it's under warranty, so we're going to go down to Harbor Freight and get a new one. And when we get back, we're going to be trimming all these branches you see here hanging above the house. So, let me quit yapping, and I'll see you guys when we get to Harbor Freight. And here we are at Harbor Freight. Normally we can film inside of Harbor Freight, but this time the staff weren't comfortable with it, so we respected their wishes. Alright, so Harbor Freight didn't have the chainsaw we needed to replace on the warranty. So you remember how last video we said that Home Depot is just good for some things over Harbor Freight? Yeah, we're heading over there to get a new chainsaw. See you in a moment. And just like that, we are at Home Depot. And again, some things are just best bought like at Home Depot or at Harbor Freight. We did pick up, some small things in that bag down there by Dad's feet, but now we're trying to see if we have a chainsaw that fits the already existing chain we have and the existing blade. So I misspoke in the previous video. I meant bar. So this right here is the bar. That is what the chain itself, which is right here, which has the blades on it. See those teeth right there? Those are what cut into the wood. They circulate around this bar, and that's what causes the chainsaw to cut. Albeit it is an oversimplified explanation, but that's pretty much how a chainsaw works. Chainsaw has been acquired. With the new chainsaw in hand, we headed home, and it was time to assemble it.
This is called a bar. The chain rides through this groove, rides around, and there's a little gear in the front that they ride on. Okay, the links on the chain itself goes into those grooves of hold. Here's the actual cutting part, which is the teeth. And on the inside, it goes onto the main engine drive. This is the clutch, and there's gears just like this on the inside, which makes the chain rotate. The bar just slides in like this, sits flush. You line your chain up. They like to twist and all kinds of stuff all the time. It's a pain in the butt sometimes. They're annoying.
Especially when you got to be careful because it's a brand new chain and it's still super sharp.
They're razor sharp. Both sides. Each side has a little point on them. There's the tooth, the cuts, and then on the bottom, there's little points here on the bottom, or what grabs the gears and move. So that each side is sharp, here and there. And chains like to do this. They like to get in little twists, and that way you're putting them together. So. Go around the inside sprocket, up to the top, line them up so they sit down inside of it and rides inside the screw. You just gotta take your time.
If you guys can't tell from the last clip, I'm kind of out of practice when it comes to being with the camera. With the bar and chain assembled, it was time to fill her up. Always make sure you're stocked up on bar and chain oil too. because, yeah, that's rotating at over 1500 RPMs. Friction's going to build up really quick. With all the fluids topped up, there was only one logical thing to do next. Let's let her rip. So, earlier in the month, the old man bought some tree climbing equipment so we can get up there and get those limbs that are really high up there, trim them down because they're hanging over the house. But first, the old man decided to throw the harness on and give the new chainsaw a test drive. And of course, with me being on the ground crew, filming and everything, I had to clean up the limbs that got dropped. Now, the tree you see the old man climbing down from, he decided to climb down and throw on the rest of his climbing equipment, which include feet spikes, as you guys can see here, so he can get further up and get some of those limbs that are hanging over the house.
I don't feel like listening. I really don't. I don't like it. I just don't feel comfortable.
So as you guys just saw in the last clip, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Your safety is always your first priority. Remember, work smarter, not harder. So they saw in the last clip that you went, to climb, and we're saying, always focus on your safety, but so why did you choose not to try and climb there?
Because I didn't feel comfortable climbing up this tree because it's tilting too much for me and I can't get a good enough grip to get up it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Know your limits.
Again, guys, we are not professionals by any means, so we're always going to focus on our safety first. I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. Safety first. Your safety comes first. So, we moved on to the next tree. Alright, so for this tree, the old man and I are going to tag team it. He's going to be up on the saw, putting a notch in and cutting it so that a branch can swing down like this. I'm going to be having the rope that he's currently setting up right now and pulling it so that it falls in a controlled fall, because we don't need it hitting our pods unit or anything else. So next is the cleanup, and I got to have some fun. As you can see, the chainsaw here is free floating. That's because the bar and the chain got binded, which is when the tree squeezes onto it and you can't pull it back and forth or out. As you guys can hear in the background, the old man is still cutting down some trees. I think the only problem anybody has when doing yard work or arboring, which is the art of, cutting trees and everything, is what you see here, the extensive cleanup. Alright, so we only had one more tree to do for today, and you can see it here. The old man's just trimming it down, and then you can see us cleaning it all up. Oh, and a special message for you guys real quick. So you know how we always say if you don't bust a knuckle, you ain't doing it right? Well, how about this? I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but I scraped the hell out of my forearm already. So I would count that as a bust a knuckle. Alright guys, and that's all the time we have for today for House Renovations Chapter 6, Episode 2. Now, as you saw, we didn't get to all the trees that we wanted to today, or the limbs. Remember, guys, even the old man has his own limits. If you don't feel it's safe, don't do it. Next week, we're going to work on the other side of the yard. I'm going to have that showed up on screen in a moment and start trimming those trees. The one near our garage is going to be a real pain in the arse, so stay tuned. And remember, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.
If you like what you've seen, like, comment, and subscribe.
We try to upload every Sunday and Monday.
And always remember to work smarter, not harder.